From shocking outbursts
You threatened my life, you
to unexpected confrontations. Here are the most outrageous court moments ever recorded on camera. This is Alan McCarti, who was originally arrested in a child custody case and later found guilty of child abuse. From the moment the trial began, McCarti disrupted the proceedings. He refused all legal advice.
He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
You solemnly swear?
I'm not under oath.
Raise your right hand, please.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that. But go ahead. I'm going to swear you
You're
in.
going to threaten me like you did the other day?
Do you solemnly swear?
I threaten you to participate in your...
No, you threatened my life the other day.
Thank you.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You won't allow my witnesses here. You won't allow my paperwork. Y'all took all my court paperwork. When they all come in here, I'm going to say the same thing. So let's bring them in. Quit wasting my time and bring them in so I can tell them the same thing. Quit wasting my time and bring them in.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in on...
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes,
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
He's representing...
He is making this up. I was never sworn in. I have not been sworn in at all. You're a liar.
Thank you very much, sir. That being said, we're ready to go ahead and proceed with...
No, we are not.
So that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
Do you want to testify though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully. Y'all are you ain't allowing my evidence. You ain't allowing my people.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it.
Denied what?
Every motion I put up, you've denied everything. You wouldn't even look at my first two motions.
I've looked at everything.
And I came here respectfully before you even started acting like a little rich.
It's inappropriate.
He refused to cooperate with the officials and at one point even threatened the judge.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little prick. You wanna take my kids from me and act like that? You in that? You lie over me? Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
Well then do it again. Come on. Shut the up. I'm trying to think over here.
Other room. It's done. Yes, sir.
The judge eventually warned McCarti that he might have his mouth duct taped if he didn't stop shouting.
I'm going to tell you to be quiet, and we need to be quiet. There's not going to be a second time. If there's a second time, I'm going to duct tape.
I'm going to tell you, you just threatened my life. Duct tape. Did everybody just hear that? You just threatened to duct tape me? Really? In the courtroom, a judge just threatened to duct tape.
No, I said I'm
You
going
just said on record you're going to duct tape. What you want to do? Put that on the news. But like I said, y'all ain't going to sit here and if you can put it on record, y'all can hide the stuff if you want. You just said you was going to duct tape me.
No.
No, you did say you was going to duct tape. Let's play the record back.
How about this? Let's talk about the record. I said I'm going to warn you once.
No, you said duct tape.
Yes, warn you once. That's
So
what's
you're
going to happen.
admitting
Warn.
to duct tape.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because I want to protect your right. Because my other option is to put you in another room. But then you can't communicate with your attorney even in writing. And I don't like that. So I'd rather duct
So
tape.
duct tape is legal.
During the verdict, he lashed out again, loudly yelling until officers were forced to drag him into a back room.
Number one, you threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor directly.
What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life, you
in the
you
Back room.
suck my No, I'm not standing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting, I'm just not
Stand
standing.
up.
I'm not standing. I don't have to stand. I hope you fall on that baby's head, you stupid never threatened that bitch. Bring play back the shit, you stupid mother.
Even after being removed, McCarti's behavior didn't improve. He showed no remorse and refused to acknowledge the authority of the court. But despite the chaos, the trial moved forward, and the jury found him guilty of child abuse and neglect. In the sentencing phase, the judge handed down a 20-year prison sentence, plus 10 additional days for criminal contempt of court due to his repeated outbursts, threats, and refusal to follow courtroom procedure.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a fucking idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little fucking prick. You wanna fucking take my kids from me and act like that? What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life, you
in the
you
back room.
suck my dick.
While McCarti was kept under control with the help of officers, see what happens when a defendant completely loses control in court. This is Christopher Jackson, who was appearing in court on charges including trespassing, resisting arrest, and unlawful use of a weapon. He sat in the chair, crossed his legs on the table, and even made an obscene gesture, showing how little respect he had for the court. This is how he reacted when his mother asked him to behave, but he didn't stop there. Jackson suddenly grabbed a chair and hurled it across the courtroom, directly at the court clerk. The courtroom erupted into chaos. Officers rushed in, and his own attorney had to jump between Jackson and the clerk to prevent further violence. By the time the officers arrived, his attorney had calmed him down, and see how they evacuated him out of the courtroom. He was additionally charged with assault and served time in jail. Courtroom tensions don't always come from defendants. Sometimes, the heartbreak of victims' families breaks through, as it did during Michael Madison's sentencing.
Who's touched our families, taking my child.
This is Michael Madison, convicted homicidal responsible for the fatal attacks on 3 women in Ohio. During Madison's sentencing hearing, the victim's father was asked to give a victim impact statement. While the father was in the middle of his speech, his emotions overwhelmed him. He paused mid-sentence, turned around as Madison sat in the courtroom, and suddenly lunged across the room and jumped at him. The court officers quickly intervened, restraining the father before the situation escalated further. But the calm at the convict's face says it all.
I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown who's touched our families, taking my child.
All right. Whoever's in the red hat, you're excused. The red hat must leave.
Despite the chaos, the court continued, and Madison was given the ultimate punishment, reflecting the gravity of his horrific actions.
As the father of a murder victim was addressing his daughter's convicted killer, then this happened. He launched himself over a table, attacking the man. The deputies eventually got in the middle there and separated the two, leading the victim's father out of the courtroom. Ultimately, the judge agreed with the jury's recommendation and imposed the death penalty. The convicted murderer was found guilty of killing 3 women.
This is Gregory Wright, charged with armed robbery, carrying a concealed weapon, and shooting a police officer during a high-speed chase in Detroit. At his bond hearing, when reporters asked for a statement, he coldly said, "I had no remorse for shooting that police officer. He got what he deserved. If I had the chance, I'd kill him again."
All I got to say is I had no remorse for shooting that police officer. He got what he deserved. If I had the opportunity to kill him, I'd kill him.
Then, as the hearing began, Wright was ordered to walk to his left by an officer. Instead, he made a split-second decision to go right, straight at a partition. Wright launched himself over the barrier with a surprising vertical leap that alerted the court officers. They rushed in, wrestling him down, and a total of 7 officers were needed to finally subdue Wright. In response to Wright's attempted escape and disruptive behavior, the magistrate showed no mercy. She immediately revoked his bond and ordered him to remain in custody. Wright was later convicted and is currently serving a life sentence.
I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
This is Deborra Redden, 31 years old, appearing in court to be sentenced in a felony battery case. But before the judge could say a word, chaos erupted. Just moments before Holthus was about to deliver his sentence, Redden leapt over the 4-foot bench, launching himself directly at the judge.
I smashed into the wall. He was on me, and then I was being pulled down. I had closed my eyes. I was trying to protect my face. in my head.
The dramatic courtroom video captured Holthus falling back from her seat and slamming against a wall. Court staff and officers intervened quickly, trying to restrain Redden. The judge suffered minor injuries, but was not hospitalized. Redden later pleaded guilty, but mentally ill to attempted murder and other charges.
This is a person that can and would be able to do it, given the appropriate help from a psychologist and mental health counselor.
His attorney explained that Redden was off his schizophrenia medication at the time, and that the plea reflected both accountability and mental health factors.
I'm not making excuses for my actions. I'm saying I'm not a bad person. And I know that I did not intend to kill Mary Kay Holthus. I know I cared about her well-being. I saw nothing but red, and I don't remember doing anything except for jumping on top of her and doing this to her robe. I was like, why are you doing this to me? That's what I wanted to ask her, if I think I know myself, but I'm not really sure.
In May 2025, Redden was sentenced to between 26 and 65 years in prison. He will be eligible for parole after 2050.
It was not just retaliation or an attack on Judge Holthus. It was also an attack on the judiciary.